Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Not many can, but why don't you try to LWB, that's love without bullshit, and take all those lessons and turn them into blessings. When you learn and you're open-hearted, when you're wide open because you know that you're connected to Source and God, and you're a child and we're all beautifully flawed, then you could start seeing clearly. And then possibly, and most beautifully, you could be wide open and trust and believe and wish without worrying. Don't let other people's actions and behaviors define who you are. You define you by your actions and behaviors. So in the learning process of life, your heart being wide open will ensure perfect health and perfect thoughts. And we're all going to fall off our path. This is just life and nature. But those are lessons. And if you are sound enough and take the time to breathe and sit in those lessons, then you will recognize that that was your best blessing. To be able to recognize your truth in whatever's coming towards you. Open-hearted and beautiful and connected to all, a lover of life and people, if you will always be disappointed. But try to keep your ego out of that connection. Try to remain true to yourself and recognize how you feel during any slights or foolishness, if you will. See, nothing is about the other person. It's all about you and your response and your ability to stand true in the storm, to have those roots down so deep that there's no way somebody else could uproot them. And when you're ready to do some weeding of your garden, you simply do that with kindness. See, the pot is always going to drip what's in it, my favorite line from Rumi. And if your pot is full of love and light and kindness and sugar, then the bitterness isn't going to get you. You're not going to get all coiled up in disease and lack. You're going to be wide open and opening more and more, like a rose, like a lotus, like you're just in an opening space. So my love in my life is understanding. It's the most important thing to me, and being honest and open. And I was speaking to my cousin last night, and she said, well, a lot of people don't really know how to express themselves honestly without getting defensive or judgy. And I'm sorry about that. Well, if you need a session, I could help you, because I'm always going to be true to myself. And if I'm true to myself, then I'm very true to you also. So it's just a clear, precise lifestyle of being self-honoring, because then you can't help but honor everybody else on their path. So my purpose in my life is to understand my feelings and what's going on. If my feelings are pertaining to your actions, I may include you and say, hey, let me talk to you. And if you're open enough to share with me, if you're able to, thank you. If you're not, if I can't make peace with you, I'll make peace within me, because that's who I'm living with, myself. So find a way to make peace with everything. Don't try to understand anybody else but yourself. And then your reward is joy and health and pure peace in any storm. Just like the white-winged dove. You have to be present in yourself. And once you get an understanding, praise yourself for that, because there's going to be several more coming towards you. You will always be in a space of growth when that is your interest. See, spiritual sound, that's my favorite two words, spiritually sound, which means we recognize that everything that's coming into our life is for us to be awakened. How does this feel? Is this good? And feeling good is the outcome that you're looking for in all of it. You're not going to feel good when you lose somebody, when somebody passes from your life. You're not going to feel good. They're going to feel better because they're out of suffering. but that's where your suffering begins. So recognize we're at all different levels of suffering, or choosing to. So we want to stand still and recognize and be kind and loving to ourselves, and then know that all things are in divine order and that all things are changing always. Nothing is as it was. It may be the same pot of coffee you're making this morning, and it may be the same can of cat food you're opening for your cat. All these beautiful nuances of a day, but who are you meeting? What are you thinking? So the breath and the thoughts are the best gifts that you can honor in yourself. Learn how to be still and find your answers within. Ooh, big truck. And when a big truck comes towards you, get out the way. Have a blessed day now. Bye.